In the small village of Umuako, nestled between rolling hills and surrounded by lush green forest, there lived a man named Chijioke. Chijioke was in his mid-thirties, tall and had a head full of curly black hair. Despite his outward appearance of strength and charisma, Chijioke was a man at war with himself. Chijioke worked as a street sweeper for the village council. His job required him to wake up every morning before dawn to sweep the dusty village road and pick up litters left by careless villagers. He despised the work, not because it was difficult, but because he felt it was beneath him. Chijioke often grumbled to himself, "How can a man like me, with hand filled with greater things, be stuck sweeping roads?" The villagers, however, appreciate Chijioke's work. They would often greet him warmly as he passed by with his broom. But their kindness only deepened his resentment. He wished for a better life, one where he wear a fine clothes, dine with dignitaries, and commanded respect. One fateful day, the villagers elder organized a grand festival to celebrate Umuako heritage. People from neighboring villages came to witness the cultural dances, eat sumptuous meals, and enjoy the festivities. Chijioke, as usual, was tasked with cleaning up after the event. During the festival, a wealthy merchant named Chief Okoro arrived in the village. He was a man of influence, dressed in flowing agbada and adorned with gold jewelry. As Chijioke swept the street near the festival ground, he overheard the chief boasting about his wealth and connections. Bitterness rose in Chijioke's heart. Why should I be the one sweeping dirt while men like him enjoying life? Chijioke muttered under his breath. As the night deepened, the festival ended, leaving the villagers square littered with trash. Chijioke began his work, sweeping and grumbling under his breath. Suddenly, a group of children ran past, laughing and pointing at him. "Look at Chijioke, the sweeper," one of them mocked. "Will you ever be anything else?" The adult nearby laughed heartily. Chijioke felt a wave of shame washed over him. He dropped his broom and walked home, tears stinging his eyes that night. He swore he would never sweep again. The next morning, Chijioke went to the council office and declared his resignation. However, the village head, Pa Eze, spoke firmly. "Chijioke, you may not see it now, but every job has dignity," Pa Eze said. "Your work keep this village clean and healthy. If you leave, who will do it?" Chijioke shook his head and stomped out, determined to find a better life. Weeks passed, and Chijioke struggled to find another job. Meanwhile, the village streets grew dirtier. The elder pleaded with him to return, but he refused. Then, one day, a terrible thing happened. A disease outbreak swept through Umuauku, caused by build-up of trash in the village. People fell ill, and the one lively street became eerily quiet. Chijioke watched from his hut as his neighbors suffered, knowing at his heart Finally, unable to bear it anymore, he picked up his broom and returned to work. This time, he approached his job with a new sense of purpose. He cleansed the street tirelessly, ensuring every corner was spotless. Slowly, the village recovered, and the people began to see Chijioke in a new light. One evening, Chief Okoro returned to Umuako, impressed by how clean the village had become. He sought out the person responsible. When he learned it was Chijioke, the same man he had seen sweeping during the festival, he decided to reward him. Young man, Chief Okoro said, I have a business in the city that needs someone with your dedication. Will you come and work for me? Chijioke hesitated, but eventually agreed. He moved to the city where he managed waste disposal projects for Chief Okoro's company. Over time, Chijioke introduced innovative ideas that turned waste into wealth. The company flourished and Chijioke became a wealthy man. Back in Umuako, Chijioke was celebrated as a hero. He used his wealth to improve the village building, school, clinic, and better road. Yet, he never forgot the lesson he learned. Every job, no matter how humble, has dignity. And so, Chijioke's story became a lesson for generations in Umuako. Sometimes, fortune is disguised in the very things you despise. Chijioke's new life in the city was filled with challenges, but also with opportunities. He quickly realized that managing a business requires skills he did not yet possess. Determined to succeed, he began attending evening classes on business management and waste recycling. He studied hard, often working late into the night after his regular job. One day, while attending a conference on environmental sustainability, Chijioke was introduced to a revolutionary idea, turning organic waste into fertilizer. The idea struck him as genius. Back in the village, farmers often complained about poor soil quality. If he could turn waste into something useful, it could benefit both the city and his beloved Umuako. Chijioke approached Chief Okoro with his idea. Chief, he said, what if we invest in a plant that converts waste into organic fertilizer? It will not only reduce waste, but also create jobs and improve agriculture. Chief Okoro was impressed. That ambitious, Chijioke, but I trust your vision. Let's make it happen. The project began and Chijioke threw himself into it with passion. He traveled across Nigeria, studying similar projects and meeting with experts. Soon, the first waste to fertilizer plant in the region was built. It was named Umuako Grain Solutions in honor of Chijioke's village. The plant was a success. Farmers from nearby towns and villages flocked to buy the fertilizer, and the demand grew rapidly. Chijioke became a household name not just in Umuaoko but across the entire state. He was invited to speak at international conferences where he shared his journey from a humble street sweeper to a celebrated environmentalist. He was back in Umuaiko. The villager watched Chijioke's rise with a mix of pride and amazement. How would have thought? They whisper among themselves that our Chijioke will become such an important man. But Chijioke never let success get to his head. He frequently visited the village, bringing gifts and offering scholarship to young children. He often reminded the villagers of his beginning, saying, "It was the broom and this street that taught me the value of hard work." One day, during one of his visits, Chijioke was approached by Nnenna, a young girl from the village. She tugged at his agbada and looked up at him with wide eyes. "Uncle Chijioke," she said, "is it true that you did not like sweeping before?" Chijioke knelt to her level and smiled. "Yes, Nnenna, I did not, but I learned that every job is important, no matter how small it seems." The girl nodded thoughtfully and ran off to join her friends. Chijioke stood up, watching the children playing. A wave of gratitude washed over him. He had come full circle. Yet, Chijioke's journey was far from over. As his fame grew, so did the challenges. Competitors in the waste management industry began to feel threatened by his success. Rumors were spread about his company, and severe attempts were made to distract him. But Chijioke was unshaken. He remained true to his principles, focusing on his work and the people benefited. He began collaborating with local government, expanding his operations to the other states. His vision grew larger: to create a Nigeria where waste was seen not as a problem but as an opportunity. As Chijioke stood on the balcony of his new home in the city one evening, gazing at the bustling streets below, he thought of his early days in Umuako. He remembered the shame he felt that night during the festival, the laughter of the children, and the harsh words of the adults. He smiled to himself and whispered, "Disguised fortune indeed." Thank you for watching this video. If you want this story to continue, please subscribe to this channel, like, share, and drop comments in the comment section.